What is going on, guys? We are back on the FTOG Avant 3 server, and today, guys, we're going to be doing a fair bit of building and hopefully get started on what we are going to call our home from now on. Now, the main reason that I want to start building and actually get a place to live is because if you guys didn't see, Torgal did a video the other day that was a server tour, and somehow he had stumbled across my so-called base, which is just all this stuff laying out in the middle of the woods, and he decided he was going to show that, which is perfectly fine, but it was kind of sad. So it's not really a base or even a place that I can call home. It's just a place in the middle of the woods that we're shacking up for now. So I decided it's about time that we actually get building and get a place to live, considering I picked this biome because I do want to live here. So if we look in my inventory, there's a fair bit of stuff in there for just doing a ton of building, and it's not going to be super fancy to start. I will go back and use, chisels and bits and all that good stuff and try and work on it and make it look better. And I really don't even have all the blocks that I need. I haven't got any glowstone or any of that I want to add to it, but I'd like to get at least a general idea of how the building is going to look today. So in the spirit of doing a bunch of useless crafting of crafting tables and not just running back over there, we're going to put one down right over here so that whenever I need to make stuff, I can do that here. Now we also have the chisel, but I think we're just going to be using a fair bit of stone brick today, a lot of firwood and a lot of the firwood planks, which are kind of a gross color on their own, but I think when they're combined with the stone and with the firwood, they actually will look pretty good. And if they don't, you know what, we'll just go find some other wood to use or some other block, but we'll give it a try. So I am going to pretty much craft all of this into stone bricks for now. I'll leave a little bit on the off chance that I do want to use some regular stone, but then we need to make some stairs with the stone bricks, and we need to make some planks with the, or not planks, some slabs with the stone bricks, because we're getting into that good level of detail. So we'll get all those back, and I'm not sure, I think we should have enough stone bricks for all this building. It's not going to be really big to start either, but I think I'll just expand upon it as, I go off camera. So we should have all of that. I got all this firwood from maybe like 4 trees, chopping them down, which is really nice. I love using the worst tool ever to get it, but yeah, so we'll start building. I think we'll start with the stone brick. So my main idea, and let me get all this stuff out onto the hotbar right here. The main idea that I'm working with here is we're going to look at the front of the house right here, and it'll be going backwards, and then I'll just clear out this area behind it as I go. So we need to start right, I'm trying to think of where we want the door to be. Probably, this is going to be one of the pillars right here. So let's say the door will start roughly right here. So we'll start building the pillar here, and it's going to be a little difficult because I don't have any way to fly right now. So I'm going to kind of have to take that into account while building. So I should probably pull some dirt out too, so I can kind of get up to where I need to be. But we're going to be making some pillars. Now these are going to be out of the stone bricks, and then we can go back to the wood after and kind of fill in the areas. So we'll start one pillar there, and then we can leave one space, and then the door will kind of be right here. And I don't really plan on having an actual door for the time being, mainly just because I have not run into any specifically creepers here, just because it's always daytime, so there's really no need, in my opinion, to have to worry about stuff walking into your base. So maybe eventually I'll do a cool piston door or something, but it's a lot easier to do that if you only have a one wide gap. So we'll work with that for now, and I guess I can just finish the back here if I'm not going to put a wall behind it, and then eventually I would put some firwood back here. So I'll leave that there instead of building it up too much, and we can continue working with this. So I think we're going to go up to start. Maybe we'll go up like 4 with this. So that was the first one. Was that the first one down there in general? So we had 1, 2, 3, yeah, because one of them was hidden. 4, and we can hop over here and do the same thing. Get that up 4, and I think that's pretty decent for a height. I like having the pretty high ceilings in general, but for a high entrance, I think this would look good too. So we'll do that, and then we can just throw that down on top of it. So that'll be our entrance. Eventually, I'll try and add a little bit more wood to this, possibly some glowstone to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And then I want to get a lot of vines and stuff going down on this, see how that looks. Check out maybe putting some leaves around here too. I mainly have us on fast graphics because sometimes it causes a little bit of lag when I'm in here, and I got all these trees loading with all the leaves and it's on the fancy. So I will switch to that if we ever use leaves when we're actually building with this, but for the time being I'm leaving it on fast so we can get better frames. Unfortunately, for some reason Optifine is conflicting with some of the mods in this updated version, so that does lead to a little bit of an issue where it does have some FPS drops, because if you guys don't know, my CPU is not the best, so I run into some slight issues with that, but other than that we should have no problem at all. So now we can continue pulling the fir wood out right here, and I'm actually going to build it up again. So let's get up there and just build this up like that so that we can actually see it coming out at least a little bit behind here. And now I want to kind of start building it out before we go to another pillar. So I think we want to go maybe like this, and we'll put another one up here, kind of create like a little window. So we'll have that, and then we can, oh no, I need this to, oh, I don't even have a regular pick right now. Man, that is pretty darn bad. Okay, well, let's just try and not misplace any blocks so that we don't have to worry about that again. But we can do this, and then we can, I think we'll go with firwood over here. This is going to get covered up anyway, I think, to match the other side. So we'll go up like this, up 4, and I just need to be able to place this down up here. Oh, no, wait, no. We need to be able to place this down and then this if we want it to match this side. And then we can, how would it look just connecting it like this up at the top? I mean, that doesn't look horrible. It looks a little bland, but I think if we add in the same pillar I did over here, it'll look better. So I think I'm going to cover this up right here with the pillar so that this kind of blends in better. Yeah, okay, so let's take a look. Mainly, we gotta pull out the rest of our stairs here. So mainly I wanted to look at this right here, something like this. See how that looks? Let's fill this in right here and go like this. How does that look? I actually like that because it adds some depth to this. And something I saw that I really want to try out is going to be that window. I don't want to use glass for it, so I want to try using some, I think that'll be enough. Nope. There we go. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? I haven't even looked at the new recipe. So if we want to do an oak fence, we have to do the sticks and then the planks. I completely keep forgetting that we're not back on like 1.7.10. So I keep going for that. Okay, so I actually don't want fir fences. So we'll try these out and see how they look. But I'd actually prefer to get regular oak fences or something along those lines, just because I'm not sure this color is going to look super great. It's kind of eh. Next, oh, hello there. Hello, Mr. Pig. I'm just going to push you out of the way so I don't have to hit you. Get out of there. Get out of there. So something like this, so you can actually see through it, but it's not glass, and then you don't have to worry about anything right here because you can't actually get through these. So you could still like hit someone on the other side, but I'm not, again, really worried that stuff is going to like shoot arrows through and try and hit us or something along those lines, just because, oh, and the rain will magically stop in no time at all. Oh, there we go. But because it's never really nighttime, I'm not super worried about that. So we can just leave it like that and it should be fine. Now, I do want to actually have some fir wood right here showing, and I haven't really decided how I want to build it into the side of the house yet and like transition it, because there's going to be another pillar directly on the other side of this as far as I'm aware. So we're kind of running out of space, and I may only do the front of the house on camera today, but ooh, we can pick up the stairs back here so we don't lose any. But what I'm thinking is we might just extend the fir wood again over here and build this up again just like right here. So we'll go up 4 and do the whole that, and I really am going to have to clear out some extra space for this, and just kind of go like that and then bring that around and then put some stuff in there. So I really like lining it with the stone brick slabs. I just think that looks really good. It looks kind of weird right here with how it lines up, but just kind of going from there to there. I don't know, but we'll see. So now that we have that, I want to start worrying. I guess we can do the second side right now, and then we can start worrying about what I was going to say, which was going to be connecting it to the ceiling. Since this is going to be for the first floor, there's going to be 2 floors, so eventually I have to worry about what the front of the second floor is going to look like, and not just the front of the first floor. So let's think how I did this. So we're going to go firwood again right over here, and we're going to go, I want to say we went over 4, went like that, over like that. And then we did, I think we did firwood again over here. Yeah, I think it should be firwood again over here, but it gets covered up. So up 4 on the firwood, and then that and that. And then we go up again with the stone bricks right here. And the firwood gets covered up, but it'll be on the inside if we're looking out there. Add a little bit of pizzazz to it, a little bit of color, even though that's not really a great color. So we'll cover that. And it looks like we actually have like just a perfect amount of space in this one area to do this. So I can throw in the fir fences. Now, you guys might be wondering to yourself, like, Rage, how do you build such great things? And I'll let you guys know. So when I was a young boy, when I was a youngin', which was very, very long time ago, I used to be forced, basically, to watch what was HGTV. Now, I don't know if you guys will know what that is. I don't know if it's on TV anymore, because I have not touched a television, except to play Super Smash Bros. Melee and whoop my friends' butts. I have not touched one for, like, actually watching TV in a very long time. But when I was younger, I used to have to watch that all the time, because my sister wanted to watch it. And I'm sure if any of you have sisters, you know how that goes. Your sister wants to watch something, so you watch something. So, I'm trying to think, what we built this over here then, right? Yeah. But so my sister wanted to watch it, so we'd watch it. And if you don't know what HGTV is, or if it's not on anymore, it was pretty much like a home design thing, where either people would look at homes and redesign them, or improve upon their home, stuff along those lines. And I learned a bunch of things, and they translated over to Minecraft seamlessly. So we've just been killing it on the building front, as you can clearly see. I'm actually really happy with this, but that whole thing was pretty much made to be sarcastic as I was saying it. But I actually think it turned out pretty okay over here. So what we need to do now is start working on kind of like the second floor-ish. So eventually I want to have glowstone in the corners over here. And I wanted to kind of, because it looks really bland over here. So I have plans for the corners over here, but I want to have glowstone in the corners over here. And what I think we're going to do is the glowstone is going to go, we'll put that right there to hold the glowstone, and I got to go make another. And the reason I'm kind of doing this is to get a general idea of how the rest of the building is going to go in comparison to these. So let's get our fir fences. And want to go right there. And then I plan on doing that on the corner too, but in a little bit of a different fashion. So let's just leave this here so that I can get up in the back. And the glowstone will go right there. And then I think we're just going to build up pretty much right here. We'll just go up 1 with the stone for this on each side. So I'm trying to think. So we're going to go up with the stone like this on each side, and then I think we're going to go like this, because I want to add some depth to it up here. So I think we'll go like this, and then eventually we'll add something in back here. So along the lines of like doing this. So we'll build this up back here, and yeah, I think we'll add just like a flat back right here. And I want to add something of color back there, whether it's glowstone or pretty much any block that I can think of that's colored. Like a block of gold might look good, something along those lines. Just add some spice to it. So we cover up some of that, and then I want to go up another. I don't know if I just want to go up 1 with this, or if I want to go up more, but I think we're just going to go up 1 with that, and then we'll start doing the fir, because the second floor is going to be more wood than the first floor. First floor's got like the supports going onto it. So now we got to think of how we want to do this. Do I want to put just a regular slab down here? Or do I want to do upside down stair? I think that's what... Is that what we want to do? Upside down stair and then slabs across the top. I don't really know how that's going to look. I'll take a look at it right now from the front. It's kind of hard to tell because you got to look at it from the front. I might move that up one. I might shift all that up one. But for the time being, it looks fine because we don't actually have a block to go there yet. Once I decide what block I want to have go there, I'll put it there and it'll look better. But for now, we will leave it like that. Oh, you know what we could do? I kind of want to rip this whole area out, honestly. Like, not even just because I have only this on me, this iron hammer, but I don't know. I want to try doing just slabs along the bottom here, possibly. See how that looks. But you know what? We'll leave it for now. I think it looks fine because we don't have a block in there. I'm just thinking about how we could open it up a little bit more if we did want to put a block in there. But for now, it should be okay. So what we need to do now is add... I think we're going to go across both sides. And we can start on this side over here. And up here, just on the front, we're just going to add some stone bricks going all the way across. And I did not want to put that there, so it's going to break both. Phenomenal. So we're going to put stone bricks. I think we want them all the way across. We might not want them over here. So I'm just going to put some fir wood up there. But we're doing this because I want to add some depth to the top up here. And I do need to get a fair idea of kind of the size that I want for it. Because we want this to kind of be inlaid like a little bit back. So we have right here, it's kind of, you know, pushing that back. And that's not just a flat wall. But then up here, we need to add something so that we can put a floor on top of it. So what I'm thinking is we're going to do a similar thing up here in terms of putting stairs like so. But I don't think we're going to put down the stone slabs like we did before. So we're going to have that. And actually, instead of doing this right here, I need to find a way to get rid of this without breaking all of it. Like that. Haha. Okay, so I think what we actually might do here is... How can I do this? I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. You know what? We might just do that and pull it out in front like that. I had something else in mind that I might need to, you know, try and work around a little bit, but I think that'll turn out okay. And then eventually we want to have more stone bricks on top of that. So like that. And I don't know if we just want to bring stone bricks across, or if I want to try and do something like the glowstone will be right there. So I think we want to do like that. And maybe like that. That looks kind of cool because it's like sloped up. It's not perfect, which I actually like, but it's sloped up from there. And then over here, this eventually is going to go, let's try putting just like a single brick down up there. So it's going to go like that. And then I could always try something like just that. And then this one could have brick on top of it and something like that. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe I like stairs better there. I might do, you know what, we'll scrap it. We'll do, nope, scrap that again too. Okay, so this needs to go right here. The stair needs to go there. And then upside down stairs right there. What do we think of that? I think that actually looks really good. It adds some nice depth to this. And we can do the same thing over here, assuming I can remember what we did over here. So we got to bring it up one in the back. So we do need to make some stairs, some makeshift stairs to get over here. We'll just, for the sake of symmetry, we'll just do them right here too. So there we go. We got our stairs going up, come up here. So I believe we went across with stone bricks all the way along here over to the fir wood. Then we went up one with that. And then we brought this up one, and I'm going to have to go look at the other side because there's no way I'm actually going to remember how I did this. But I want to say, so we went up, and then right here we put the stairs out, which means we put stairs out right there, and stairs out right there. And we should have put blocks on all of these then. And what did we do after that? So blocks on top of all of those. We should worry about the extended portion over here first, so like that, and then I remember putting that there so that we can open up the light a little bit and it's not totally trapped in a corner. It looks like it's kind of being held in there though. And then we put down the block on top of this and brought this out I guess I couldn't like envision this because it's a little weird if you don't have this all right here to pull this out, because it looks a little bit clunky. So we've got that, and I don't really know if we can do it over here again yet, just because we don't have the wall going across that side to kind of base it around. But if I wanted to try, let's try easily just hopping up here and throwing this and the fir wood down. And that should be high enough that we can try and blend these together. So assuming that we do the same thing over here in terms of this, and then that'll go up there, and this kind of comes like so, like that. Assuming we do that, which I don't really know if we're going to, this right up here could just be, it could be a single block and then a slab there. Yeah, I like that. I like that because it adds like some depth. This is the idea I'm going for, that like this wood is showing, but it's kind of like inlaid. I think that looks really good too. I think this whole thing is turning out quite nicely. It's not a ton of building getting done on camera. It's sophisticated building. It's kind of like when you go to those fancy restaurants and then you wait an hour because, you know, your parents want to go to the fancy restaurant. So you go to the fancy restaurant and it looks really good and you're like, oh man, the steak is going to be so good. Or this pasta, risotto, something, whatever. It's going to be so good. And then it comes out and it's like 3 pieces of pasta with like a dollop of sauce on top. And you're just like, dude, I waited an hour for that, really? And they're like, oh, it's you know, fancy, so you get less of it for more money. And you're just like, what? Come on. You know, I hate those places. I despise them with a passion, and my parents loved going to them, and I always got dragged there, and then I'd play on my Nintendo DS, and they'd be like, oh, Kyle, that's a little rude, don't you think? And I was like, you know what? No. We're going to break this right here, and it's going to break those, because I am a genius, and, of course, I was incapable of making a regular pick, but you know what? Play through the pain. Play through the pain, boys. That is how we do it on the FTOG server. We play through the pain. Ask anyone here. You get in the rough, you just keep on going. Okay, so we need to add regular blocks on top of all these as I continue to spew random stuff forth from my mouth. And then we do that. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, well, you know what? You know, we'll just okay, so pretend this didn't, there's just like a little pretend it didn't happen going on right now. So yeah, so that'll go right there, that's right there, and then I believe we did it like that and like that. Yeah, okay, so that's definitely how we did it. Grab our stone bricks over here that we'll just pretend that whole disaster did not occur. But I actually really like the way this is turning out. Obviously, it takes a while to build it because I'm kind of just like, well, let's do this and let's do that. And, you know, I'm not as good as people. Like, I've seen Wells Knight do his building, and I know he did a series that I've been watching recently that was him just going into, like, a creative world and just building this awesome castle town structure thing. There's a name for it, but I cannot recall it because I didn't remember the reference in general. I didn't get it, but it looks really great. And he's just going there and he's just like, well, this will go there and this will go there and that'll be there. And, you know, we got that. And I'm just kind of here, you know, farting around, seeing what happens. The glowstone is really taking me off that I don't have the glowstone to go up there. So what I think is we are going to call it here for today's episode. I have no idea how long this has even been, but, you know, hopefully it's been an adequate length. So next time we jump back, I will have completed the first floor and kind of have an idea of what we're doing with this. But I really like the way it's turning out, and I know a lot of you have requested that I do building on camera, and so I thought, you know what, because we're not doing a surviving with right now because it's more of a mod pack, let's play, that this would be an adequate time to do that. So hopefully my building skills are not extremely horrible. Hopefully HGTV has taught me well. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to give it a like, as it does help me out a lot, and I will talk to you guys later.